The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And an alley to run. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
First and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he's got Snead. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now first and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Under 10, 10.
Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they contemplate what to do on 4th and goal. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. As we They start the drive with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
1st down. Here's the run with Cook. There he goes again. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st down, it's Cook. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson, there on the coverage. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
General West. We got 3.
From the gun, here's Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Switch up.
Back to the ground, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give it. And Thielman's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kentrell Brothers just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Jackson letting one go deep for Rob. He's got a man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Cook. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Let's go.
They run again on first down. Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
On second down, Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 37-yard line.
Squeeze, double.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Rip right. Quaker Omaha.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
48 for Mike.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yeah.
Maybe that extra, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Ingram again. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Baltimore.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get him now.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Jackson looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Check. Two. Lucky. Check. Check, nickel.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way. Take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
I know he ain't got it. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. Hey, check.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's